Hi, I'm Sharon Knight, and I am the President and CEO at Hope Communities, and we are doing our Building Community Check-in today. So nonprofit work has been part of our history for over 40 years. We've been providing housing programs and resource navigation for that full time. And building community has always been important to us too, which is one of the reasons why we're checking in with you, because we know some people are isolated because of the quarantine. And even as we move into safer at home, some people need some support. So we were checking in, and we're using Facebook Live as a platform for this because we know you can sign in. There's a chat feature at the bottom of the screen, and if you want to sign in and let us know that you're on this video with us, that would be great. We know that also that people watch the broadcast later on, and so we will be adding information into the chat feature in terms of web links and things like that that would be helpful. And you can always add some questions for us and send them to us at a special email that we've set up, which is info@hopecommunities.org. So if you have questions, comments, if you need some support from staff, just let us know. We also have a lot of resources for you that's on our website, hopecommunities.org, so feel free to look out there. So we're going to do a very different type of show today. I typically will give you a little bit of news, some inspiration, and we'll have a theme that we are expressing in terms of information that would be helpful to people watching. So for the news, I'm going to be very succinct and just saying that we are in safer at home mode, which means that people are transitioning back to work more, but certainly not everyone is. The guideline is 50 to 60% of your time would be out in the public, but always when you go out in the public, there's a request that you wear masks. So please get one of your face masks as you're stepping into a grocery store or into a public place where you might be running into some other people. The mayor has issued a statement that we should wear masks, and he is also saying that there are agencies that are moderating that. And so people will be checking with you to make sure that you're following the guidelines. I also usually have a quote for you. Today I actually have two. The first one is by Gladys Hunt, and it is, "What is home?" My favorite definition is a safe place, a place where one is free from attack, a place where one experiences secure relationships and affirmation. It's a place where people share and understand each other. Its relationships are nurturing. The people in it do not need to be perfect. Instead, they need to be honest, loving, supportive, recognizing a common humanity that makes all of us vulnerable. The second one is much shorter, by Maya Angelou. It's, "The ache for home lives in all of us. The safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned." Our theme today is going to be on home, so that's why those quotes came up. We've talked about this before, that the pandemic has put a lot of families in very difficult situations financially, and we've been providing different types of resources for you so that you know how to apply for unemployment, how to get food, and so forth. We want people to be able to sustain through this and live healthy, vital lives. The thing we're focusing on today, for the most part, is housing stability. That home is so important. And one tool that we're going to focus on today is called the Temporary Rent and Utility Assistance Program, or TRUA for short. And it is my pleasure, we're doing a brand new sequence today. It's my pleasure to have Hlaing Than with me here today. He is, among many of his attributes, he's a husband, a father. He is an asylee from Miramar. He is a resident of Hidden Brook. He's the president of the Burmese Community of Colorado organization, and he's a part-time navigator for Hope Communities at Hidden Brook. He's a wonderful addition to our team, and I'm really happy that he's here today. He'll be sharing some information about TRUA, right after I do, and he'll be sharing the information in Burmese. We do have many clients that we work with for whom that is their native language, and so we're going to try this out today and see if this is one modality that will help more people to learn how to access those resources easily. So I will go through and I'll give some information about TRUA, and then I will stop and I will just jump in and do the same type of dialogue in Burmese. So as you all know, I believe, Hope has always been in the business of trying to give people a safe, stable place to live. And during this time of pandemic, is making some adjustments to make sure that people can still do that if they have been affected by the virus. So if you've been diagnosed with the virus or in quarantine because someone in your household has been, if your job closed or you're laid off because of the virus, if you are the sole wage earner and also the person providing childcare and you can't work because your kid's at home, or if you just can't pay a portion of your rent because of the virus, Hope will not start the eviction process for lack of payment, will not charge late fees, will not expect residents to pay an increased amount during this time for rent, even if they were due for a rent increase, and will not initiate other legal action. So property staff will ask you to demonstrate that you have been affected by the virus, and then they will also expect that you'll look for alternative sources of funding for your rent in order to take care of that bill.
Hope community solution to the coronavirus Kayoga Zokala Prima, Diet, the virus yet a Juta Chingo, Kanda to the to the Tinye, Lonjon Secha, and Nitane, Wapon than to cookie or Neran Kuni Benivade. Soluraga, okay, they have virus yoga po such in Cantare, Domo Dimi Davi winter Ua, virus yoga po kusa Cantare, they have a quarantine near Sugay. They aloha, the virus yoga down big dware, Domo, they have aloma Janati can Sugay. Piro, they when we have the colleague jumping target that they have to go taking some sort of a low Nalu, Jatan bargain is Sugay. They have a laga a piece of Domo to say the Bible of being every Sugay. Whole community gun below, Dingo, immediately a magnetogen logo, the Gala Duma, the low payment of being below my mobile. Whole community gun, a laga, now jarred late fee dingo, charm my mobile. Your whole community yet. Dema Nitaine Durigo, a laga to Nutuga, Dumima mobile. Your whole community gun dingo, the year when a PP a John Jazane, the low a laga. The P9 at the Piloma mobile. The community must see there when I'm a solution. The low virus yoga bojo, Tika in Canare, Canare, Machaja targeted to you. They know yet that they told her to cook law. Down mame, Piro Kajaro, they know yet the payment you pay 9 million, the cha, Kuni 9, a queen land is so stable, they know Piotia, you couldn't be much about
it. Thank you. So, we're going to walk through the steps today of the application for the emergency funding, which, as that sounds, is not a long-term solution to paying rent. It's temporary, it's emergency funding, and it can pay up to 80% of rent for up to 6 months. There is a requirement, though, that people getting the emergency funds have a 20% match in order to be eligible for the award. So the program will help people with cost of rent and utilities if they're struggling because of circumstances that are out of their control. And during this time, for instance, because of the pandemic, that does qualify for TRUA. Also, unfortunately, this is not a quick process and it's not a guarantee. It could take up to a couple of months to be processed. So please don't count on this money to be an immediate thing or a sure thing, but it is absolutely worth trying for.
သူဟာယာယီအရေးပေါ်အကူအညီပေးတဲ့အရင်းအမြစ်တစ်ခုသာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီအကူအညီကနေပြီးတော့တင်တို့အိမ်လာကနေအသုံးဆောင်ပစ္စည်းတွေအတွက်80%အထိတင်တို့အကူအညီပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လို့ကျန်တဲ့20%ကိုတော့တင်တို့ဟာဒီ program ကိုအကျုံးဝင်ရရှိခံစားဖို့ရန်အတွက်တင်တို့ကိုယ်တိုင်ပေးဆောင်နိုင်ရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ program ကနေပြီးတော့လူအများစုကိုသူတို့ရဲ့အိမ်လာကနေရေမီအသုံးဆောင်ပစ္စည်းတွေဒီကိုရိုနာဗိုင်းရပ်စ်ကြောင့်သူတို့မှာအခက်အခဲဖြစ်နေတဲ့ဟာတွေကိုကူညီပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဥပမာအနေနဲ့တင်ဟာဒီအိမ်လာကပေးဖို့ရန်အတွက်နားမဟုတ်ရင်အသုံးဆောင်ရေမီဘိုးတွေပေးဖို့ရန်အတွက်အခက်အခဲဖြစ်နေတယ်ဆိုခဲ့ရင်တင်ဟာဒီ TRUA လို့ခေါ်တဲ့အကူအညီအတွက်တင်ဟာအကျုံးဝင်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အကယ်၍ဒါပေမဲ့လို့တခုတော့အတိပေးချင်တာကဒီ process ဟာအလွန်လင်မြန်တဲ့ process တခုမဟုတ်ပါဘူးပြီးတော့တင်ရကိုရလိမ့်မယ်လို့လည်း 100% အာမမခံပါဘူးအဲ့ဒီဒါပေမဲ့လို့ဒီ program ဟာတင်စူးစမ်းကြည့်မယ်ဆိုရင်စူးစမ်းကြည့်တတ်တဲ့ program တခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်
So here's some information about how you apply. You are eligible if you are in crisis. You have to be able to show that you are in a unique financial crisis in order to qualify. The pandemic, as we said, does qualify as hardship outside of your control. You also have to fall within a certain income limit. The limit is specific to how many people are in your household. And if you do qualify already for other aid services, such as SNAP, then you would also financially qualify for TRUA. You must be able to pay that 20% of your bill, as TRUA only pays 80%. And if you meet those requirements, there's a few different ways that you can apply. We have amazing staff members at Hope who really want to help you through the process. And if you live on or near one of our campuses, please reach out and make an appointment. The application process can take up to 1 to 3 hours, depending on if you bring all the documents you need ahead of time.
အခုဒီမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီ TRUA application ကိုဘယ်လိုလျှောက်ထားရမလဲဆိုတဲ့အကြောင်းအရာနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးဆက်လက်ဆွေးနွေးသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အကယ်၍ဒီမှာလုံးဝငွေကြီးအကျက်တဲ့အခက်အခဲဖြစ်နေတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တင်ဟာဒီ pandemic ကာလမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တင်ရဲ့ငွေကြီးဆိုင်ရာအကူအညီလျှောက်ထားပိုင်ခွင့်ရှိပါတယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကတင်ဟာကျွန်တော်တို့ food stamp လို့ခေါ်တဲ့ SNAP benefit လို့ဟာမျိုးကိုတင်ဟာရရှိထားတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တင်ဟာဒီ program မှာလျှောက်ထားဖို့ရန်အကျုံးဝင်ပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လို့ကျန်ဒီ program ဟာတင်အိမ်ငါးကနေအသုံးဆောင်တဲ့80%ကအကာအကွယ်ကာဗာပေးမှာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကျန်တဲ့20%ကိုတော့တင်ဟာပေးနိုင်ရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အကယ်၍ဒီလိုလိုအပ်ချက်တွေတင်မှာရှိထားပြီဆိုရင်တော့တင်လျှောက်ထားနိုင်မဲ့နည်းလမ်းတချို့ကိုပြောပြပါမယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့မှာအလုံးကိုအားကိုးယုံကြည်စိတ်ချရတဲ့ဝန်ထမ်းတွေ Hope Community မှာရှိပါတယ်သူတို့အားလုံးဟာတင်ကိုတကယ်ကိုကူညီခြင်းပါတယ်အကယ်၍တင်ဟာကျွန်တော်တို့ Hope Community ရဲ့ campus တစ်ခုအနီးအနားမှာနေတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တင်ဒီ appointment တစ်ခုလုပ်ရပါမယ်အဲ့ဒီ appointment လုပ်ပြီးတော့ဒီ application process ဒီလျှောက်ထားတဲ့ဟာကတစ်နာရီကနေ3နာရီအတွင်းမှာတင်ယူလာတဲ့အထောက်အထားအချက်အလက် document တွေအပေါ်မှာမူတည်ပြီးတော့ကြာမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
So I'm going to list several staff members who are at different properties, and Lai is going to talk about the ones that are at Hidden Brook. So I'll say them first in English. If you live at or near Hidden Brook and want to make an appointment, you can sign up on the resource door, or you can call Laura Frey, who speaks English, at 720-593-4617. Lai, 757-9116. Mohammed Juma, 720-443-3363. And we will put these in our chat box in a little bit. Fardous Ahmed, who speaks Somali, 720-593-6980. Maricela Diaz, who speaks Spanish, 720-593-4676.
အကယ်၍တင်ဟာ Hidden Brook ရဲ့အနီးအနားမှာနေခဲ့ပြီးတော့ appointment လုပ်ချင်တယ်ဆိုရင်တင်ဟာ resource ရုံးရဲ့တကားမှာရှိနေတဲ့ sign up form မှာ appointment sign up လုပ်ခြင်းအပြင်တော့လည်းကော အောက်ပါဖုန်းနံပါတ်တွေကိုဖုန်းခေါ်ခြင်းအပြင်တော့ appointment လုပ်နိုင်ပါတယ်သူတို့တွေကတော့ Laura Free 720-593-4617 Hlaing Than speak Burmese ဗမာစကားပြောတဲ့ကျွန်တော်ကို 720-757-9116 Mohammed Lumer Arabic he speak Arabic 720-443-3363 Hadus Ahmed Somali 720-593-6980 and Maris Silatis speak Spanish 720-593-4676 ဒီနံပါတ်တွေကိုလည်းပြီးတော့ check ဒီမှာ Sharon ကတင်ပြပေးထားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
And so if you live at the Gardens, there are 3 staff members that you can reach out to. Martina Torres, who speaks English, 303-455-6184. Amber Owens, who speaks English, 720-471-3955. And Sandra Ortega, who speaks Spanish, 303-394-3756. And if you live at or near our Welton Homes at the Point or Carrollton Arms and 5 Points, you can call Tracy to get assistance. She's an English speaker at 720-441-4311, or Jacqueline Cano, who speaks Spanish, 720-593-4665. I know it's a lot of numbers, but we want you to have all the information just in one place. If you do not live near a Hope property and you need some help with this, please feel free to call 311. And when you get an answer, to press 6. The operator at that number will ask you for your zip code, and then will direct you towards a nonprofit for your region that administers this program.
ဒီဟာအကယ်၍ Hope community ရဲ့ properties တစ်ခုခုအနီးအနားမှာမနေခဲ့ဘူးဆိုရင်တော့311ကိုခေါ်ပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒီအခါမှာ6ကိုနှိပ်ရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ် operator ကတင်နေထိုင်တဲ့ zip code ကိုတင်ကိုမေးမှာဖြစ်ပြီးတော့တင်ကိုဒီ non-profit administrator ဒီစီကိုလွှဲပြောင်းပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
So in order to process and submit your application, you're going to need some very specific documents. And we are telling you ahead of time because it really cuts down on the time for the process of making that application if you have all the materials right there in front of you. So here's the list that you're going to need. You're going to need a copy of IDs for all adults in the household. You want a copy of your lease. You want an account ledger from your landlord. For us, that would be from Hope Communities. A W-9, which for Hope residents, we would also provide for you. Proof of income, that could be pay stubs, proof of unemployment application, bank statements, proof of hardship, like medical expenses, loss of employment, loss of wages due to illness or to the pandemic. And then you'd have to do a couple of paragraphs, 1 or 2 paragraphs in narrative and writing that talks about your hardship. If you have other benefits like SNAP, you could prove that with a letter from them. And then if you have any unemployment affidavit or whatever, you can share that as well.
အခုဒီ application ကိုရှောက်ထားဖို့ရန်အတွက်သင်ဟာတချို့သောအဓိကကျတဲ့အထောက်အထားတွေလိုအပ်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီလိုအထောက်အထားတွေသင်ဟာတပါးတည်းယူဆောင်လာခဲ့မယ်ဆိုရင်သင်ရဲ့ရှောက်လွှာကိုရှောက်ထားတဲ့အခါမှာမြန်မြန်ဆန်ဆန်နဲ့ရှောက်ထားနိုင်မှာလည်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်အခုလိုအပ်တဲ့အထောက်အထားစီးရင်တွေကိုသင်လာတဲ့အခါမှာယူလာမယ့်ဟာကိုပြောပြပါမယ်နံပါတ်1အိမ်မှာရှိတဲ့လူကြီးတွေရဲ့ ID တို့မို့ driver license နောက်သင်ရဲ့အိမ်ငှားစာချုပ်မိတ္တူသင်ရဲ့အိမ်ငှားစီးရင်အကောင့်ဒီ Hope community ကနေပြီးတော့သင်ကိုပေးနိုင်ပါတယ် W9 Hope community ကသင်ကိုပေးနိုင်ပါတယ်သင်ရဲ့ဝင်ငွေသက်သေခံချက်အလုပ်ကရတဲ့ pay stub တို့မို့ pay check သင်ရဲ့အလုပ်မလုပ်နိုင်တဲ့အတွက်ရှောက်ထားတဲ့ unemployment benefit application သင်ရဲ့4လတာ bank statement ပြီးတော့သင်ရဲ့ခက်ခဲတဲ့အခြေအနေကိုဖော်ပြတဲ့အခြားအထောက်အထားဥပမာစေဝါကုသတဲ့ကုန်ကြစရိတ်ပြီးတော့သင်ရဲ့အလုပ်ဆုံးရှုံးသွားတဲ့အတွက်ဝင်ငွေမရှိတော့တဲ့အထောက်အထားဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှိရင်လည်းသင်ဖြားနာတဲ့အတွက်သင်ရဲ့ဝင်ငွေရုပ်ရော့သွားတဲ့အထောက်အထားဒါမှမဟုတ်ရင်သင်ရဲ့ငွေကြေးဆိုင်ရာအခက်အခဲရှိတဲ့အကြောင်းကိုဖော်ပြတဲ့စာပိုက်တစ်ပိုက်သို့မဟုတ်နှစ်ပိုက် they have snap benefitကိုရခဲ့တယ်ဆိုရင် snap benefit ရုံးကနေပေးတဲ့စာနောက်တဲ့အိမ်မှာရှိတဲ့အရွယ်ရောက်တဲ့သူတွေမှာအလုပ်မရှိကြောင်းဝန်ခံချက်ဒါတွေလိုအပ်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
And for the application, you'll also need to be able to provide information like who's in the household, your household demographics, the information about you specifically, and information about your full household, who lives there, what are they doing, what are their ages, so forth. Information about your property manager or your landlord, the assets that you have, and any benefit information you have.
ဒီ application အတွက်သင်နောက်ထပ်လိုအပ်မဲ့အထောက်အထားတွေကတော့သင်မိသားစုရဲ့မိသားစုဝင်အရေးအတွက်အိမ်တော်စုထဲမှာမိသားစုဝင်ဘယ်နှယောက်ရှိတယ်သူတို့တွေရဲ့အမည်သူတို့တွေရဲ့မွေးသက်ကလေးစသည်ဖြင့်နောက်ဒီတင်ကိုယ်တိုင်ရှောက်ထားတဲ့တင်ရဲ့အချက်အလက် information တင်တို့မိသားစုထဲမှာရှိတဲ့အချက်အလက် information တင်ရဲ့အိမ်ပိုင်ရှင် landlord property manager ရဲ့အချက်အလက်တင်မှာတခြားပိုင်ဆိုင်မှုရှိခဲ့လို့ရှိရင်တခြားပိုင်ဆိုင်တဲ့အချက်အလက်တွေနဲ့တင်တခြား benefit တွေရရှိထားတာရှိရင်အဲဒီ benefit ရရှိထားတဲ့အချက်အလက်တွေလိုအပ်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
So as you can see, you need a lot of information. Hlaing and I were talking earlier about the fact that for someone who is familiar with these types of applications and someone who has lived here their whole life, it's still very complicated. And for people for whom English is not their primary language, it becomes even more challenging. So we hope that providing all this information is going to be helpful to you. And this, again, none of this is a guarantee, but it's really worth trying to take the time to submit an application. And we at Hope Communities really want to help you through it. You need to remember that you are going to have to demonstrate that you can pay the 20% in order to be eligible for TRUA. So you have to start thinking about how you're going to get that money. And if you, so the first step, if you have been affected by COVID-19 and are worried about the ability to pay the 20% of your rent or any of your rent, you should reach out and have a conversation with your property manager.
ထပ်မံပြီးတော့ပြောရမယ်ဆိုရင်အခုဒီ program ကလည်းတင့်ကိုတရားရာဂိုင်တော့အာမခံတယ်လို့တော့မဟုတ်ပါဘူးဒါပေမဲ့လို့တင်ဟာအချိန်နဲ့ငယ်ပေးပြီးတော့ဒီ application ကိုလျှောက်ထားခြင်းအပြင်တင့်အတွက်အကျိုးမရောက်ဘဲနဲ့အကျိုးရှိစေမယ်လို့ဆိုတာကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ပြောလိုပါတယ်တတိယဘုတ်တစ်ခုကတော့တင်ဟာကြံဒီ program ကတင့်အိမ်လားကနေအသုံးဆောင်ပစ္စည်းတွေ80ရာခိုင်နှုန်းသာအထောက်အကူပေးမှာဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ကျန်တဲ့20ရာခိုင်နှုန်းကိုတော့တင်ဟာတင်ကိုယ်တိုင်ပေးနိုင်ရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အကယ်၍တင်မှာဒီ COVID-19 ကြောင့်ယောဂတက်ရောက်မှုခံခဲ့ရပြီးတော့တင်ရဲ့အိမ်လာကနေအသုံးဆောင်ပစ္စည်းရေဖို့မိဖို့တွေအတွက်ပေးဖို့ရန်တင်မှာစိုးရိမ်ကြောင်းကြမှုရှိတယ်တင်ဟာမပြေလည်ဘူးလို့ယူဆခဲ့ရင်ပထမဆုံးအဆင့်ကတော့တင်ရဲ့ apartment manager နဲ့တင်ဟာတွေ့ဆုံပြီးတော့ပြောဆိုဖို့ဖြစ်ပါတယ်
And if you are in this position and you're a resident of Hope Communities, you should have recently received a letter telling you about our plan to help you during this time. And we have asked that if you've lost your job because of the virus and you do need emergency rent, that you should reach out to us. So we distributed this letter in your native language so everyone would understand all the details about what we were saying. So in essence, what we said at that point was that there would be no evictions, no late fees, and no other penalties if you couldn't pay your rent right now because of the virus. If you're in that position, though, it's important to remember that that doesn't mean that your rent goes away. The staff will help you to set up a payment plan to pay back that money later on. They'll also help you to apply for emergency funds like the ones we've talked about today through TRUA to help pay some of those bills. And if you don't have the 20% match for the TRUA program, you can also apply for some emergency rent funds through Hope Communities that we got grant funding for. There's a special application for that.
ယခုလိုအခြေအနေမျိုးမှာကြုံတွေ့ရပြီးတော့ Hope Community မှာနေထိုင်တဲ့သူဖြစ်ခဲ့တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့ဒီအခုကျွန်တော်တို့ပြောပြတဲ့ program နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့မကြာသေးခင်ကရှင်းလင်းဖော်ပြထားတဲ့အသေးစိတ်အချက်လက်တွေရှင်းလင်းဖော်ပြထားတဲ့စာတစ်စောင်ကိုတင်ရရှိမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်။အဲဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီစာထဲမှာတင်ရဲ့ပြောဆိုတဲ့ native language နဲ့လည်းဘာသာပြန်ဆိုပြီးတော့ပေးထားတာရှိပါတယ်။အဲဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ပြောချင်တာကတော့ ထပ်ပြီးတော့ပြောရမယ်ဆိုရင် Hope Community အသင်ကိုနေအိမ်မှနေပြီးတော့နှင်ထုတ်ခြင်းလုပ်မှာမဟုတ်ပါဘူး no late fees တင်ကိုပေးတာနောက်ကျတဲ့အတွက်လည်း late fee ချမှတ်မှာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးတခြားပြစ်ဒဏ်အရေးယူခြင်းတွေလည်းပြုလုပ်မှာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးအခုချိန်မှာသင်ဟာမပေးနိုင်ဘူးဒီ virus ပိုးကြောင့်အသင်မှာအခက်အခဲရှိတယ်ဆိုရင်သင်ဟာဒီ program ကိုရှောက်ထားသင့်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီလိုသင်ကိုအရေးယူခြင်းမပြုဘူးလို့ဆိုတော့ညာလေသင်ရဲ့ပေးရမယ့်ငွေတွေဟာပျောက်ပြတ်သွားမှာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ဝန်ထမ်းတွေဟာသင်ကိုအရစ်ကြခွဲပြီးတော့ပေးတဲ့အစီအစဉ်နောက်ပိုင်းမှာပုံမူပြီးတော့ပေးတဲ့အစီအစဉ်တွေနဲ့သင်ကိုကူညီနိုင်ပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လို့သင်ဒီ program ကိုရရှိခဲ့ရင်တော့ဒီ program ကသင်ကို80%အကာအကွယ်ပေးပြီးတော့သင်ဟာကျန်တဲ့20%ပဲပေးရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
We know that housing is very, very important for the safety and well-being of your family, and we want to support you to keep you in your homes. This is just one of the many ways that staff at Hope Communities does that to help you to succeed. So we want you to check out our website at hopecommunities.org to find out additional resources and information that could be helpful to you. Hang in there. We are all going to get through this together.
အခြေအနေမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ခံယူထားတာကတင်တဲ့တင်မိသားစုတွေရဲ့ကျန်းမာရေးနဲ့လုံခြုံစိတ်ချစွာနေထိုင်ရေးဟာဘယ်အလွန်အလွန်ကိုအရေးကြီးတယ်ဆိုတာကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ခံယူထားပါတယ်။ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ Hope Community မှာရှိတဲ့ဝန်ထမ်းတွေဟာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တင်ကိုကူညီပေးဖို့ရန်အစဉ်သင့်ရှိပါတယ်။အဲ့ဒီမှာတင်ဟာ hopecommunities.org ဆိုတဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ website ကိုလည်းဝင်ရောက်ပြီးတော့လေ့လာနိုင်ပါတယ်။ပြီးတော့ဒီမှာရှိတဲ့တခြားresource တွေ information အချက်အလက်တွေကိုသင်ကိုကူညီပေးနိုင်ပါတယ်
Really appreciate you being here live to do all that translation. I am so happy that Lai is part of our team and he's available to help people who speak Burmese. He can help others as well, but that is his specialty. I am going to go on to our book review for the day. I know we have given tons of information for you. Our book review today is really an interesting book. The review is provided to us by Roger Hera, and it's fitting for our conversation today because Roger does work in the field of affordable housing development too, and he's very committed to housing stability. He is a first-generation Coloradan, and the book that he's going to review is called The Dog Stars, which is written by an award-winning local author, Peter Heller. So the book is set in Colorado, specifically Erie, Denver, and Boulder, and it's 10 years after a pandemic. The main character is a carpenter, a poet, and lots of other interesting attributes. And the book, Roger says, is written in a prose manner that is in-depth but really personal. So it sounds fascinating. I hope you get a chance to listen to the preview, which will be posted in just a minute. So we are ending today, and again, many, many thanks to my colleague, Hlaing. So
you're so welcome.
It's wonderful to have him here. We both hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and we will be back with our Facebook Live show on Monday at 3 o'clock. Take care.
Take care. See you.